Order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Sir. Your Honor, this is case number 459 on the calendar in the matter of Mortley versus Ford. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
All right, Miss Mortley, this is your sister?
Yes.
Who you claim in your papers stole certain property from you when you were psychiatrically hospitalized.
Yes.
How many times have you been psychiatrically hospitalized?
3 times total.
And when?
Once in 1980.
How old were you?
19. In 86, while going through a divorce. And then in July of 96.
And how long were you hospitalized in July of 96?
From July 18th to the 25th.
And do you know what your diagnosis, what your admitting diagnosis was on all 3 occasions?
The first 2 times I didn't know. I just know that I wasn't well. And but this last time, I was finally told what is called, the title of it. I have a depression-related disorder, and it's called bipolar.
And you take medication for that?
Yes.
What kind of medication do you take?
It's just a mood stabilizer, that's all it is. It was explained to me that through therapy that I have triggers that are called stress-related triggers. If I'm suffering from anxiety, my brain does not produce a certain chemical that combats the anxiety. Either your brain doesn't produce enough of it or it's not producing it at all when you're having mood swings, a severe amount of mood swings. And mine are stress-related.
And you have kids. You have 2 children?
Yes. I actually have 3.
Where is the third? Well, 2 of them are with your sister?
Yes.
Where's the 3rd child?
The 3rd is with his dad.
And how old is that child?
He's 2.
Okay. Now, how many sisters do you have?
This is the only sister I have.
Who are you?
The mother.
I knew that.
Thank you.
Your claim is that your sister took some of your property. I assumed that that was in 1996.
Yes, when she took it, it was in 1996.
So tell me what property you believe she took from you in 1996, and tell me the circumstances.
Okay, when I was released from the hospital, I went to my sister's home because I knew I would no longer have an apartment. So I went straight to my sister's home. I resided there for 2 months. When I walked in the home, some of my furniture, I noticed some of my furniture was there. She didn't have any furniture. And my furniture was decorating her house, her living room and her dining room. And so I asked her at that time, I was going through one of my checkbooks that was in my purse, the immediate one, and I noticed a check that wasn't in my handwriting. And I asked her, well, what is this check? You know, did you make this check out? And she says, yes, I did. I actually made the check out so I could rent a U-Haul to remove the things from your apartment before the management got rid of it. I said, okay, and I left it at that.
So she rented the U-Haul, and how much was that check for?
It was approximately $100 and some odd dollars, I think $150. It was
Okay.
$150.
Okay. Now, what property do you think she still has of yours?
Honestly, I don't think she have it. I think her and her boyfriend pawned it.
What?
All of my electrical appliance, computer, fax machine, printer, CD player, a voice-activated microphone, and then extensive damage to my furniture throughout the time that it was in her place.
So it's those things that you think your sister has, some of your electrical appliances.
Yeah.
And this check for $150 for the U-Haul.
Yes, and the damage to my furniture.
Ms. Ford?
Yes.
Let's deal with some, what I consider important issues first, because this issue is only money. Your papers indicate that you've been granted custody of your sister's children.
Yes.
When were you granted custody of your sister's
July
children?
17th, the day that they went to my mother's care July 17th. My mother called me and told Children's Services.
July of 1996?
96. July 17, 96.
Have you had a hearing after that with regard to custody of the children?
Yes, I do, and I have the paperwork here.
Can I see the paperwork, please?
I also have the paperwork. It states in there that the daughter did not answer the door. I did, which is a lie.
You understand that right now, these two children are really in technical foster care,
Right.
and your sister is the foster parent,
Right.
slash
Correct.
aunt of the children,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So you are receiving support for the children through the state.
Correct.
Including all of my child support. And I have a son that's my son is mild cerebral palsy. She gets all of his Social Security, so she's really capitalizing off of my children.
Miss Mortley, listen to me. I can tell that there's a certain anger in your voice. The family court really has to be very careful. They've ordered several things. They've ordered visitation for the children. They've ordered random drug testing.
Right.
So I assume that there is some history of substance abuse in your past, which, you know, you sound like a really intelligent gal. So, you know, if you suffer from a chemical imbalance, which causes mood swings, which causes you to go into these really vast depressions.
I made a drastic mistake, Your Honor. After the first 2 times I got sick and my doctors wouldn't listen to me when I tell them.
You started to use.
I was trying to self-medicate myself with marijuana for the sleeping and the eating disorder, which
Whatever.
That's the beginning symptoms of my illness.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Miss Mortley, I don't want you to get any more upset. Listen to me.
I'm not upset.
And later today,
It was that when they came to us, it was either they were taken to the dog pound to be destroyed, or we were going to keep them.
Mom had told me that I had to take Sheba to the pound.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Trina Mortley says her sister, Tanya Ford, forged her check and took some of her possessions while Trina was in a psychiatric hospital.
Miss Mortley, listen to me. In the brief period of time that we have here, all I can tell you is it's very unfortunate that you have these 2 kids that have been bounced about. But right now, they're in one place. Do you visit with them?
She won't allow me in the home.
She's too
Well,
irate. I
what?
can't handle. She gets irate, and I can't handle it. I have kids of my own.
Well, listen to me.
And,
The children have to see their mother.
yeah, that's true, and I agree. And I made it neutral, and I made arrangements where I can even take them over to my mom. It can be neutral ground. There won't be no harassment. I don't want to create a scene in front of the kids.
Listen, I think that that's the most important issue that we're going to address today, because we're not going to be able to resolve the issue of your old computer or your CD. Do you have any of those items?
No. Honor, I don't have any of those items, and I thought I was being helpful by retrieving her stuff because they had a notice on her door. Her stuff was going to be padlocked within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if I knew this was going to be such a big issue, I would have just left it. Her apartment was broken into. Okay, the place was a wreck when we got there. Stuff was tossed. The apartment manager said she threw clothes, shoes, stuff out the window. It was holes in the wall, curtains, stuff. The place was just totally wrecked.
Well, your sister at that time
I don't have any of things. She took her, matter of fact.
Your Honor, he's lying, Your Honor.
Okay, listen to me.
Yes, she is.
Listen to me.
You weren't even
The most
there.
important thing that you have to deal with, and I don't know whether we can deal
I
with
have
it today.
documentations to prove that she's lying, Your Honor.
Miss Mortley, the most important thing that you should be concentrating on right now, since you seem to be stable or stabilized, is maintaining contact with your children. But if because you are angry with your sister, which clearly you are, which hopefully you will not be maybe 6 months from now.
We've never had a sisterly relationship.
Okay.
Never.
So,
and
but
it has
right now
nothing to do with my illness,
But right
Your
now
Honor.
she's taking care of your children.
She's always taken advantage of me any way she can.
Ms. Mortley, listen to me very carefully, madam. I cannot make a determination whether in 1996 your sister took any of your property. My sense is, shh, no, I have to listen. My sense is that she did not. It seems to me the most important thing that the 3 of you can do now,
I'm never having a relationship with her, Your Honor. I can't believe how she's lying.
Listen to
and
me.
I had someone living with me who can testify the condition of my furniture, and I was allowed to visit her in her home, and my furniture was intact all the way until she banned me from her home in December of '97, and that's because her and her boyfriend have a serious gambling problem.
Oh, Lord.
My children...
Miss Mortley, I don't want you to get any more upset. Listen to me.
I'm not upset, Your Honor.
Okay.
I just was trying
I'm
to
getting
present my
upset.
case.
I'm getting
I
upset.
haven't had a chance to present any documents,
Listen
Your
to
Honor.
me. Miss Mortley, right now your sister has care and custody of your kids. It's important for you to try, and for your sister to try, and for your sister to try
I'm more than
to
willing to
reach,
try.
to put a period with regard to whatever has happened in the past, and to try to work towards having a normal relationship with her, because
We'll never
right
have a normal
now
relationship.
she is caring for your children. It's really important. It's probably the most important thing you're going to do. If you can't do that, I think everybody's going to suffer. You, your sister, your mother, and especially your two children. I'm dismissing your lawsuit. I'm dismissing your counterclaim. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
Parties on Archambault versus Archambault. Step forward, please.
50-year-old claims administrator Jean Archambault is suing her brother-in-law, Jeff Archambault, 39, over a dog.
This is your brother,
Yes.
your brother-in-law.
That's correct.
Families fighting over a dog. I've read this complaint. Let me see if I understand it. You lived with your brother and his wife for a while. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, I did.
And when you were living there, you owned a dog.
Yes, I did.
What kind of a dog did you have?
Purebred chow.
They're cute. Fuzzy things.
Yes, he is.
And then you left your brother's house, and the dog was left there.
That's correct.
You say that he abandoned the dog,
I'm saying he gave us the dog.
then he came back and picked it up.
That's correct.
So tell me, how long did you have this dog in your possession?
From June of 1996 till December of 97.
And you want to be compensated for the care that you gave the dog during that year-and-a-half period?
No.
Well, what do you want?
I want the dog returned. They told me I had to name a dollar figure when I filed.
That's correct.
On my thing, it just says I want the dog returned.
You understand that I can award you damages, but that I cannot order specific performance of this animal, the return of this animal. Why did you take the dog back, sir?
Well, in the year and a half that they had him by himself, he was chained to a tree the whole time. He was never allowed in the house. He was basically raised in the house.
How old was he?
He's 10 now.
And how long did you have him for, you yourself?
My mother gave him to me when he was 4 months old.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
There are only two brothers. You shouldn't let something like this interfere with that.
He causes it.
May cause it, but you're older. You're supposed to stop it.
Well, I just ignore him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jean Archambault is suing her brother-in-law, Jeff Archambault, over a dog.
How many dogs do you have?
I have 2 now. I have Bear and a little dachshund.
How many dogs do you have?
We have 2 also.
You have 2 other dogs.
2 other dogs.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Chows.
He had the dog for almost 10 years.
It was that when they came to us, it was either they were taken to the dog pound to be destroyed, or we were going to keep them. I begged them not to take them to the pound to be destroyed. They were good dogs. They're still good dogs.
Who was going to have them destroyed?
He said his mother and him were going to take them to the pound.
What do you mean take them?
Take Sheba and Bear. I have his mother's dog still with us, and one of his cats that he left there. Still.
Did you ever say that the dog was going to have to go to the pound, sir?
Not Bear.
Which one?
Sheba. Mom had told me that I had to take Sheba to the pound
Why?
because she couldn't take her to my sister's.
How much did you spend on this dog for the year that you had this dog?
We have receipts. We have something from the dog groomer where we take the dogs to the groomers. We have bought dog food, and he did come to us in the garage and say that we could either keep the dogs or they would be destroyed. And
Do you
the
think
dog,
he's taking good care of the dog?
I have no doubt, truthfully, that he is.
What do you have pictures of?
I have pictures of the dogs.
I'd just like to see a picture of Bear.
We don't have a picture of Bear right there.
You have one?
We have pictures
Yes, I
of the
do,
dogs.
Judge. I have several pictures of Bear.
Pick your best one.
That's kind of hard. How about best two?
Okay. Did you two brothers get along before this incident?
Off and on. Off and on. We've had our words with each other. We're family, guaranteed.
Okay. I want you to do me a favor. Sit down for a second. What's your first name?
Dennis?
Dennis. Younger brother?
Yes.
How much younger?
11 years.
How many brothers are there altogether?
Just two of us.
Before this incident happened with the dog, were you talking to your brother?
Yes.
Reasonable relationship?
Yes.
Did this come between the two of you?
Yes.
I don't want to come in between you and your wife.
I understand.
He feels as if this is his dog. Now, he may not have done the right thing for a year and a half, but bottom line is you have two other chows,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
And he had this one for 10 years. And it's not worth a family. It's not.
Well,
It's not worth a family. And maybe he didn't do the right thing all the time. I have a feeling that's probably true, that he probably didn't. But certainly, a 10-year-old dog isn't worth breaking up two brothers over. Would you say that that's true?
that's true.
And your first name is?
Jeff.
Jeff. You left this dog with them for a year and a half, right?
Yes, I did.
So it seems to me that you have to compensate your brother in dollars for taking care of your dog for that year and a half. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Good.
That's fair.
Good. All right, well, we're getting someplace. So how much do you think it costs to feed this chow, to groom the chow for a year and a half, to take care of all the expenses of a dog for a year and a half?
It's $500 maybe is what it would have cost at the most.
Okay. I want to tell you something. I think that that's reasonable.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
They have two dogs. Now you have one. It was your dog for 9 years, and it seems to me this matter has to be resolved. And if I were to say to you, you must return the dog to your brother and to his wife, I would forever rip apart this family, which sounds to me to be stupid, over a 10-year-old dog.
Yeah,
So listen to me. So I am awarding you $500
Thank you.
for the care of the dog. Be happy. You're keeping your dog. It's going to cost you $500 for dog sitting for a year and a half. There are only two brothers. If there are only two brothers, you shouldn't let something like this interfere with that.
He causes it. He causes it.
May cause it, but you're older. You're supposed to stop it.
Well, I just ignore him.
Well,
just like I've ignored the
He's-
money you borrowed from the
he's
two
your
Dennis.
brother.
That's right.
I'm a liar and a
He's your
cheat.
brother. Forget it.
That's right.
All right? You think
agree.
you can do that?
No, Your Honor, I can't forget what Dennis has done to me in my past. I can't.
That's sad. That's really sad.
No.
I mean-
it is sad.
You lived with him for a while? With your mother?
Well, no. My mother supported him for a while.
Oh, really?
Oh, listen, there's too much to this case.
Yeah, there is.
There is really too much to this case. You have your dog. It's going to cost you $500. If you can't get together as a family, that's sad. That's it. That's all.
All is excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Parties on Stake versus Martin. Step forward, please.
41-year-old Gina Stake says she loaned her car to her 19-year-old son, Paul, who got drunk with Jamal, the 19-year-old son of Queenie Martin. Jamal wrecked the car, and Gina says Queenie should pay for the damage.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 229 on the calendar in the matter of Stake versus Martin. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, sir. Have a seat.
Oh, no. Come up here, gentlemen. This is your son, Mrs. Dick.
Yes, it is.
And Miss Martin, this is your son.
Yes, it is.
How lovely for you both. Miss Dick, you had a rental car. You let your son drive the car. He was with his friends. My reading of these papers suggests to me that both of these idiots got drunk. He drove the car right into a pole. Right?
Correct.
You think his mom, because he's a minor, should pay for the damage to the car.
Correct.
His mom says that you know your son drinks and you shouldn't have given him the car. That's your position.
That's correct.
So that you are not responsible for the damage.
Right.
Before I ask you two ladies to sit down, I'd like just for you to give me the bills for the car, and then I'm going to deal with the young men.
This is the
So the amount that you had to pay was $5,878.43.
That's the balance of it. My insurance paid $4,900.
But this is just the balance.
Correct.
Why don't you two ladies have a seat for a moment? I'll ask you to come back in a moment. Your first name is what, sir?
Paul.
Paul. And yours?
Jamal.
Now, Paul, tell me about how your mother, it came about that you asked your mother to borrow the car for the evening.
Well, it was, we all wanted to go out. He called me up. He said, what's up on the night? And I said, nothing, and got this rental car, and, you know, he wanted to go kick it. So I was like, all right, fine. You know, I told him I didn't have no money. He said, come on now, this is Jamal.
Could you keep your voice up and try to speak slowly?
Oh, okay. He was like, come on now, this is Jamal. So I was like, all right. So he wanted to get drunk. Well, we all wanted to get drunk. So he went and bought the drink. Then after a while, we went to my...
Just a minute. So you went to your mother, and you said to your mother what?
Well, actually, she already gave me the car. She already let me use the car.
That day?
Yeah. But
what did she say when she gave you the car?
She was like, be careful. And I said, okay.
That sounds right. You said, be careful?
Yes.
So right after your mother said, be careful, you and this genius over here decided to use the car and to go and get some booze and drink, right?
Right.
And where did you decide to do that?
At my sister's house.
Your sister's house? How old is your sister?
Well, she is about 19 now.
So you decided to go to your 19-year-old sister's house with Jamal over here, and how many other people?
Just one more person, my best friend.
Now, were you drinking before you got to your sister's house? Is not an answer in court.
No.
No is an answer. So what happened at your sister's house?
Well, I said, let's leave, you know, because he got into an argument with my sister and everybody else in the house. So I said, you know, let's leave. But by that time we decided to leave, we was already toe up. We were already drunk.
What was the word he used first? Toe up.
Toe up.
Okay, go ahead.
And so, you know, I was too intoxicated to drive, but I still said, let's go. But I wasn't going to leave just right away after I said, let's go. I was going to stay there and wait until I got sobered up. But he was like, no, you too drunk. He tried to take the keys from me. I was struggling with him because I was going to throw them to my best friend across the street. But he already got the keys from me because I was too intoxicated to hold on to the keys. But I still remember that. And after that, he just got into the car. I don't remember how I got into the car. That's the only thing I don't remember. But we got into it.
If you don't remember how you got into the car, you must have been 3 sheets to the wind. Did you ever hear that expression? 3 sheets to the wind?
Nah. No.
No.
So...
No. Toe up, you know. Go ahead. So now you're in a car. You don't know how you got there because you were...
Toe up.
Drunk as a skunk. Right?
Yes.
What do you remember next, Paul?
All I remember is you know, I hear the car going, and next thing I know, I hear him and my best friend in the back arguing, telling him to slow down. And I did wake up and say, slow down, and then I went back.
That you remember. You don't know how you got into the car, but you remember saying, slow down.
I do remember that.
Okay. And the next thing you know, you were dancing with a pole.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
They're two idiots.
I agree with that. And the mother is an idiot as well.
Excuse me?
And later today,
Just a second. A bunch of guys went fishing to celebrate his wife being pregnant?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gina Stake is suing Jamal Martin's mother, Queenie, because Jamal wrecked her car. Queenie says she's not responsible, claiming Jamal only drove the car because Gina's son Paul was too drunk to drive.
Jamal!
Yes.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. On September 13th, I called him and asked him.
Let's do this. You were in his sister's house drinking.
We were outside drinking.
I stand corrected. You were outside drinking.
Mm-hmm.
What were you drinking?
A bottle of Tanqueray.
Tanqueray. That's
Yes.
vodka?
Gin.
Gin. Thank you.
Order.
All right, so you all get towed up. Tow up?
Toe up.
Tow up. You all get tow up, and you got into the car.
Yes.
And what happened?
While we were outside, I was talking to a friend, and I heard some yelling. When I turned around, Paul and his friend Jacoby were arguing about who was going to drive home. Now, I already knew that Paul had passed out, so I walked over to him and told him to give me the keys. There was an incident months before where he had gotten drunk, and I had drove him home before, and his mother had thanked me for it the next day.
Were you drunk
No.
then?
No, I wasn't.
Yes, but you were drunk that evening.
Yes, I was.
So you
I
got
was-
behind the car, the wheel of the car,
Yes,
drunk,
yes,
and hit a pole,
yes,
and totaled the car.
yes.
How old are you?
19.
How old are you?
18.
You go to school?
Yes.
You work after school?
No, not anymore.
Why?
Well, they had to let me go because I had to rephase a class. And
You had to what?
Rephase a class. That's taking the class over.
Why?
Because it was hard and I didn't understand it, so I had to take it over.
What about you?
No, I'm working right now.
Oh, good. That's good.
Thank you.
Now I'll have the mothers back. Consider yourselves both really lucky. I assume you do. You look like two absolutely lovely women.
Thank you.
Lovely, responsible women who really shouldn't be here today because they're too big to beat, for want of a better word. So you got to beat them financially in order to teach them a lesson, both of them. Because I agree with you that this young man is partially responsible for this bill. So is he. You agree?
I agree.
He had no business getting behind the wheel of a car.
That's true.
So he's got to pay.
I also agree, however, though, that Miss Stake is also at fault.
If she knew that her son had driven before drunk,
Right.
and she was hoping it would not recur, is that right?
I agree.
Then she's partially responsible. He's going to pay half of this bill.
And what portion is Miss Stake going to pay?
Oh, that half. That half, because it's going to take him a long time collecting cans or doing whatever he does to come up with $2,800, $2,900,
Okay.
which is what we're talking about. Bottom line is, he was the one who could have killed himself, the passengers in the car. Instead of hitting a pole, he could have hit
But who made
someone crossing the street with their baby carriage
This was
instead
3
of a
o'clock
pole.
in the morning.
Hmm?
This was 3 o'clock in the morning.
So what? Are you trying to make an excuse for him?
No, I'm just saying that no
Don't
baby,
make
no one
any
in a baby
excuse for
carriage.
him.
I am not making an excuse. I
So
have
if it
told
wasn't
him.
a baby carriage, if it was somebody
But I
coming home
understand
from a
what you're
3
saying.
o'clock shift working, that was crossing the street that he could have killed because he's an idiot.
Right, I understand that.
All right, good. So let's not make any excuses. I don't like excuses for one's children. When they do something stupid, you're supposed to say, my kid did something stupid.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, Your Honor.
Perfect. Then he's going to pay
But I'm
half.
also saying that I feel that my son was a minor at the time. Her son was over 18. Yes, I am responsible for my child. Her son, who was working at the time, is responsible for himself. Right. Now, she sent me a letter saying that to split the difference. I sent her a letter back saying, because I feel that you are at fault as well as your son and the other gentleman in the car, I feel that the greatest burden should be paid by her and the 3 boys should split the remaining difference.
I see it differently. I see it big time differently, and I'm going to tell you why. But for the actions of your son, it is possible that that car would not have been driven that night. He didn't have to take the keys to the car and drive it. He could have said, I'm going back in the house and calling my mother and having her come and pick me up because I'm not going to drive this car while I'm drunk. If they want to act like fools and drive the car, that's none of my business. Then you wouldn't be standing here
Exactly.
today.
Also,
no, just a second. They're 2 idiots.
I agree with that. And the
All
mother
right.
is an idiot as well.
Excuse me?
I'm saying, had she not commended him, her undermining what I'm teaching my child by saying, yes, Jamal, you did a good thing driving my son home when he was drunk, maybe he wouldn't have drove this time. I'm not making an excuse, but I'm saying...
You are making an excuse,
No,
madam.
I'm not.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Like I said, this is all funny to me. There's no person in this world like me. I can overcome anything in this world at all, anything.
And later today,
Tom had been consenting to drinking and driving.
Mr. Jackson, you were blotto drunk. Miss Morton, she said to you in her letter, split the difference
And I
with me
don't feel it
because
should be
I am
split.
prepared to accept part of the responsibility for giving my son the car. She didn't say to you, your son was driving, therefore he's got to pay the difference. She said, I'm prepared to split the difference with you. That's assuming, on her part, a certain responsibility for allowing her idiot to drive the car in the first place. Come on, get it together, madam. $2,900. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
The money, that's not nothing. I'm still going to live out my dreams and become the richest person in 5 years. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this is all funny to me. They can get their money all they want to. But once they see what I become in the future, I mean, they're going to feel bad because they're not a part of it.
Well, there's somebody lying big time.
Yeah, must be, because that's what he said.
And it sure ain't me lying either.
and now the next case.
All parties on Heasley versus Jackson, step forward, please.
Tom Heasley is suing his former friend Clark Jackson for wrecking his truck during a drunken camping trip. Clark says Tom encouraged him to drive while intoxicated and should share the blame for the accident.
Mr. Heasley, you and a few friends, including the defendant, went on a fishing vacation. Now, tell me about this fishing vacation. Who went on the fishing vacation?
Jesse Mobley, who's my witness, I went, and Clark Jackson went. We decided to go up to Rock Creek Lake to do some trout fishing to celebrate Jesse's wife being pregnant. So
Just a second. A bunch of guys went fishing to celebrate his wife being pregnant?
He had the choice of what we were going to do.
What's your name?
Jesse Mobley.
You must have a very understanding wife, Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky you. So you went trout fishing, got some liquor?
We brought up some beer. Clark purchased a pony keg to bring up for the second
Pony
night.
keg?
Yeah, 5 gallons of alcohol for our last night there.
Mr. Heasley, let's get to the truth of it. Everybody was pretty drunk, and he took your truck.
The night he took my trunk, all of us had a decent amount of alcohol.
Okay. Now, how did you get behind the wheel of this truck? Tell me about it.
Well, Your Honor, we had gone up to the store the night before and gotten some firewood, and we went back to the campsite that night, and we drank a couple more beers, and we started a campfire. I went to sleep, and they burned all the firewood that night, 5 bundles of firewood. The next night, I went to go light another fire, and I realized there wasn't any firewood. And I said, well, I'll go get some. Tom, you want to go with me? And he said, no, I don't want to go. I asked Jesse. Jesse said, no, he doesn't want to go. So I said, okay, fine. I'll go get it myself.
And you had been drinking?
Yes, I had. It was a bad judgment error, and...
Is that what happened?
Not even close.
So tell me your version of what happened.
Clark jumped in the truck without permission before Jesse and I could protest from the back of the campsite, said, I'm going to the store, jumped in, and was gone. And I waited. This was a night where he had drank quite a bit. We all had. But none of us, Jesse and I were not anywhere near as drunk as Clark was. We weren't stumbling around the campsite. We weren't driving.
Okay, so he jumped in the car. And then when was the next time you saw him?
The next time I saw him was when I decided to put on my jacket and walk up to the store because he'd been gone for an hour and a half. I met the highway patrol coming down. It's documented here. They said, Tom, your truck has been totaled. We're taking Clark down for DUI.
Which they did.
Which they did.
Now, tell me about this truck that you have. How old is it?
It's an 88 Ford Bronco. I just purchased it for $4,900.
You have proof of the purchase price of this truck for me?
Yes.
Can I have it, please? Now, Mr. Jackson, while I'm looking at that, sir, why do you feel as if you're not responsible for his truck?
Basically, Your Honor, previously, well, the entire trip up there, Tom had been consenting to drinking and driving. Everywhere we went, we were drinking. On the way up there, Tom was sitting in the back seat of the Bronco handing us the alcohol.
How old are you, sir?
I am 22.
Not true.
There comes a point, sir, that you have to be totally and completely responsible for what you do.
Yes, ma'am, I do understand that. But he did give me consent earlier that day by saying, you are welcome to drive my truck anytime this weekend. You're a very good driver. I know you can handle it.
Mr. Jackson, you were blotto drunk.
Yes, ma'am, I do understand that.
You mean you think he should have said to you, you have permission to drive my truck unless you're blotto drunk?
Your Honor, there was never a point in time where that drinking and driving was an issue.
Well, it was an issue when you wrecked his truck.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. 28-year-old Tom Heasley says while on a camping trip with his buddies, Clark Jackson wrecked his truck.
You destroyed his truck. Were you able to salvage any part of it?
None of all the salvage fees went for the tow fee, $1,000 to have it towed out of the canyon. Where
And
Clark
you had no
parked it.
insurance?
Just minimal insurance.
What kind of, what's minimal? Look at me, sir.
Okay.
What kind of minimal insurance?
Just theft and collision.
Did your insurance pay
No,
anything
not-
towards the car,
not
is
a
what I
dime.
want to know.
Not a dime. I did not receive a dime.
What was your blood alcohol on that day, sir?
Ma'am, it was .14.
So did you plead guilty to DUI?
I am in the process, yes.
Okay. Easy. Don't drink and drive.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're 22 years old and old enough to get behind the wheel of a car, that you have to know. Don't blame anybody else. It's nobody else's fault but yours. You get behind the wheel of a car and you're drunk, you're just lucky you didn't kill yourself or, more importantly, somebody else.
Yes,
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,900. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. I'll back over to you right now.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How old was she when you started to date her?
15.
He was 23. She was underage. A doomed affair that ended in bitterness and grief.
She had a sexual relationship with a very close friend of mine.
Did you have sexual relations with anyone other than him?
No.
When you fool around with jailbait, you sort of accept the consequences of that, sir.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Sheindlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy.
Parties on Atkinson versus Cope. Step forward, please.
17-year-old Kelly Atkinson says she started dating Daniel Cope when she was only 15. Now broken up, she's suing him for money he took when they were lovers.
Order. All rise. Quiet, please. Judges number 278 on the calendar in the matter of Atkinson versus Cope. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
How old are you?
25.
Did you know how old she was when you started to date her?
Yes.
How old was she?
15.
And you were 23?
Yes, ma'am.
That's very dumb.
It's a lesson well learned.
Because in addition to everything else, it's a felony. Right?
Yes.
Now, Miss Atkinson, this is your mother? Mm-hmm. You're 17 now.
Yes, I am.
So this suit was really filed by you on behalf of your daughter. You say that you loaned him money.
Loaned him $2,000.
For what?
Repairs on his pickup truck. Bills that I paid for him.
Like what?
Gas and power. Very, very, very often, he would take me to the bank to get $20 out so he could get back and forth to work for a night. I have a copy of all my bank receipts for the time that we were dating.
Where did you meet him?
He is an old friend of mine's boyfriend's brother.
Yeah.
And we were just introduced one day, and we were friends for about 5 months, and then it went from there.
Did your mother know that you were dating him?
Yes, she did.
Did you think it was a good idea?
He wasn't like a normal 23-year-old. He was more like a 19-year-old. Seemed, and they were friends first.
That's not unusual. So he's 23 going on 19. And your daughter was 15 going on 16.
Yeah.
So you didn't think it was so terrible. Did you know that they were intimate?
Not for a long time, no.
So you took some money from her?
The loan was offered to me. What I did borrow from her, yes. Didn't take.
Well, tell me.
It was offered.
Right. And you took it?
It was offered
It
as
was
a loan.
offered several times, and I did take it. Yes, I borrowed, yes.
Why?
Not $2,000.
How much?
$800.
Well, $800 in one lump sum.
Yes, ma'am.
We're talking about little bits at a time.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All the withdrawals listed on there, there's only, I think, one deposit that I made for my birthday on April 8th. All the rest of the withdrawals were not from me personally using the money, but from him using the money.
You mean using it to go out on a date, maybe?
No, to take it and pay his bills, or to, for instance, I bought him a differential. He needed a differential. I loaned him the $150 as a deposit down on the differential for his...
Does that sound familiar?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I've been self-sufficient since I was 18 years old. I paid all my bills. No. And no, she did not pay no gas, power, or electric bill. She loaned me, which was offered, $800, which I paid back. Now, I don't know where she comes up with this, no.
How much did you have in this account when you started dating
To start
him?
out with, $2,200.
And prior to dating him, had you taken any money out of that account?
No, that account was saved up. I've been saving that money since I was 6 years old to go and buy a car when I was 16 or to go to college.
So what you're telling me is there were no withdrawals made from that account?
None. Zero.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Step up here, please, with your daughter. When did you find out that she was helping him out with money?
The first time I found out about it was his ex-girlfriend left a message on our answering machine telling Kelly that she would never get her $2,000 back, and a few other things she left on. And that was the first time I realized, uh-oh, she's really done it. She's given him some money. And I was afraid she wasn't going to get it back.
And when Mom confronted me, I did lie to her because I was trying to protect him.
When did you break up with him?
When? at the end of August.
Why?
He put his boot through the window of my parents' truck, kicked me in the face with it.
Why?
Lots of fights. We were in the middle of another fight, and it ended up in a domestic dispute.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
In addition to the $2,000 that you say you took out of your account and gave to him, you're suing for $5,000 and the other for medical bills. For what?
During the time that we were together, I contracted a venereal disease, a virus called HPV. There's a letter from my doctor and bills, my medical bills for the last year.
Did you have sexual relations with anyone other than him during this period of time?
No.
What are you laughing about? Why is that a funny question?
No, just like that, no, no.
Well, if you have some information that she had sexual relations with somebody else, I'll hear you, sir.
She had a sexual relationship with a very close friend of mine.
When?
When? During the time that we were dating. Okay. The money that she loaned me, the $800, okay, yes, I did pay back. This was a doorway to open the account, and once the money had started being removed, the $800 that was loaned to me, then she went ahead and removed more money. Okay, whenever I caught up to this, and I confronted her about this, you know, spending money to go here, go there, I said, Kelly, you can't do that. That's not right.
Show me proof that you paid back the $800.
Show me proof that I borrowed $2,000.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When you fool around with jailbait, you sort of accept the consequences of that, sir.
And later today,
You're not a man. You're a little weasel.
Because
Your whole family.
let's
is.
put him away. Suing her former boyfriend, Daniel Cope, for money he took when they were dating. She also claims Daniel gave her a sexually transmitted disease and wants him to pay for her medical bills.
Now, you answered one question that I posed to you, sir, with a different answer. I asked you how you knew that she was having sexual relations with somebody else at the same time she was having sexual relations with you. And you are telling me about $800.
How do I know?
Yes.
Because I drove over to my buddy's house. That's where she'd spent the night instead of over at my house like she told her mother.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I caught them.
You caught them what?
I caught them in the house. Half dressed.
Does that sound familiar to you?
No, it does not.
Well, would you tell me what he's talking about if you
I
know?
have no idea.
Well, tell me about it, sir.
What do you want to know about it?
She was supposed to be spending the night with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And?
And?
She wasn't there?
She was not there.
So you went looking for her?
I went looking for her, yes.
Well, I'm making this very easy for you.
Well, thank you.
Good. How much are your medical bills?
So far, out of pocket is $895. And I'm going to need many more.
Well, you know, you're partially responsible, madam. So's your mother. In my judgment. You said it. He was 23, going on 19. Probably more like 15. So, he's no genius. Your daughter is 15, going on 16, and clearly she's no genius. You're supposed to be smart enough to put your foot down and say, I don't want you to see this guy because he's too old for you, and I don't think it's appropriate at your age. At age 15, to be dating somebody who's 23 is not appropriate. Maybe when you're 30 and he's 38, it's a different story. But right now, it's not appropriate. That's your job as a mother.
Okay, now whenever whenever Mom did find out about his age and how much we were hanging out together, I was lying to her again to try to protect him.
Your mother still says she knew very well that you were dating him and that she gave her tacit approval because she felt that he was immature enough to be almost a contemporary of yours.
And I trusted
Which is
them.
a kind way of saying it.
Very kind.
Very kind. So you bear part of this responsibility. You know. Have you had yourself tested, sir?
I had myself tested, yes.
Good. Do you have the results of the test?
I have what they mail me is a card that says you're okay, fine, that you don't need to call us, you don't need to contact us, that you don't need to come in.
Let me see.
Okay, this does not say nothing, but it's a mailer, all right?
Well, it doesn't say anything. What are you giving it to me for?
That's the only thing that I do have. Okay, if otherwise I'd have been notified, you know, I'd have gotten a phone call saying, come in, we need to discuss this.
What made you go here for blood tests, sir?
Because I started a new relationship and I wanted to get tested. I wanted to make sure that, you know, before I have an intimate relationship with anybody, that I do not have a problem.
Well, this is interesting because this was just done in October.
Yes, ma'am,
You
I
stopped
have a new
seeing-
relationship.
I heard that already. You sound like a
It's-
broken record.
was-
But you stopped seeing her in August, right?
A year ago.
A year
A
ago.
year ago.
Right.
Right? So this doesn't tell me anything because I don't know whether you were tested a year ago and were treated during the course of that year for anything. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She'd been having sex for long before I come around.
And later today,
You're a lying scumbag. Your whole family is that way. Your dad's constantly bails you out. Your whole family is.
boyfriend Daniel Cope, claiming he gave her a sexually transmitted disease. Daniel says he knows nothing about it.
Mr. Cope, nobody is blameless in this situation. Unfortunately, you are the legal adult and she is the legal minor. And when you fool around with what we used to call when I was a child, jailbait, you sort of accept the consequences of that, sir. You took out this money. This was your money supposedly for a car,
For
correct?
a car or college, whichever I decided that was more
Whatever.
important at the time.
And so far you have medical bills in the amount of $895. I'm giving you a judgment in the amount of $2,895. I'm saying the following to you. You started off your life wrong. You're supposed to be smarter. You're 17 years old. Your mother is supposed to be smarter. Your mother is supposed to be protective. And as far as I'm concerned, this 15-year-old shouldn't have unfettered control over a substantial bank account. It's her money, but she's still a kid.
Right.
Fortunately, what was coming out wasn't money to buy drugs or other things, but it could have been. So you gotta be very, very careful and very vigilant as a parent these days. I assume your new girlfriend is over the age of 18.
Yes.
Great. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Back door to your right, please.
And I thought maybe they'd be good for each other. Maybe she'd help him grow up a little bit and he'd help her grow up a little bit.
And now the next case.
Party's on Lewis versus Lewis. Step forward, please.
Secretary Royce Lewis is suing her 19-year-old stepson, Daniel Lewis, for money she loaned him to buy a stereo when he was 16.
Okay, so that we understand who the cast of characters are in this case, this is your stepson.
Yes.
This is your biological son.
Yes.
Are you still married to his father?
Separated.
Married but separated. Right. Well, a couple of years ago, while you were probably all living together, correct?
Yes.
According to this, you made a loan to these two boys.
Yes.
To go out and buy some stereo equipment. At that time, he was 16.
Yes.
And it was your agreement that when he turned 18, he would pay you back.
Yes.
Turned 18?
Yeah.
What happened?
He never paid me back. The agreement was that when he turned 18, and I didn't ask for interest or anything, and before I gave them both the money, which was cash, I said, This is with the understanding that when you each turn 18 and get your money from your trust account, that you will pay me back the money that I've loaned you. And they both said yes. I said, then go get stereos for your car.
So you got a stereo for your car,
Yes, I did.
and you got one for your car.
Correct.
When did you separate from his father?
About 2.5, maybe 3 months ago.
And it was after that that you filed this lawsuit?
Right. I told him I was going to the time we were together, and he said I couldn't because he's a pastor of a church and it's his son, and I wasn't allowed to. I said he owes me the money and he's not paying it, and you're not doing anything to get it.
Well, but the marriage was already on.
Right.
Going.
No, actually, no, it wasn't.
Well,
but
then I'm going to tell you something. If you threaten to sue your
Well, no,
husband's son, that's a good time for a marriage to start to go south.
Well, I didn't threaten immediately. I said, somehow something has to happen here. It's not right that he's getting away with all this.
Okay.
Okay. Our agreement, basically there was no agreement. She came up to, I did not ask for the money. I did not ask for anything from her. Me and James were both outside one day. She came right in front of our door. She walked down the stairs and was asking us if we had car stereos and how they worked and all this stuff. And she says, well, do you guys want to go down and get new CD players? And of course, I'm 16 years old. You know, I would love to have a new CD player for my car. So she gave us a blank check, said she told us how much we could spend. Me and James went down, got the same exact CD player. I came home, installed it in my car. Later that night, sitting in my room, she walked through the door and then told me that when I was 18, I could pay her back because I was getting my settlement. Okay?
So what did you say to her at that point?
Actually, I never said anything. I never actually said, okay, yes, I will do this, yes, I won't. But the thing is also, even if I had agreed to that, I moved up to Sacramento shortly before I turned 18. When I turned 18, I never heard nothing. To this very day, she has never verbally asked me for that money.
That is a total lie. His dad has talked to him.
Not since.
Not talking about his dad. He said to you.
My dad left her 2 months ago, and that is when this is happening. And she's suing 4 of my dad's friends.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Have fun in jail because that's where you're going.
Miss Lewis, a minor cannot make a contract. When he was 16 years old, he could not have entered into a contract, either oral or written, with you for anything. And there are times when, if you enter into an agreement when you're a minor, and if you ratify it later when you turn 18 or 21, depending upon the jurisdiction, then it can become enforceable. But he did not do that. He did not ratify it when he became 18. You cannot make a contract with a minor who is 16 and expect it to be enforced in a court. This lawsuit is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. At the back.
Angie,
You got my case next, buddy.
Yeah, I've already reported you to Wells Fargo
I really
Bank for
don't
the
care.
check you forged.
I really don't care.
Judge Judy will continue in a
Of what she said to them, I'll never have my family back.
They had both been exotic dancers, but one roommate told the other roommate's parents, "Your daughter's got a secret."
It was very disrespectful. Because of the night that she decided to go and tell them about my past work experience, they won't.
Norris, how long did you know the defendant before you invited her into your home?
I knew her approximately 2 years, but we had lost contact for an entire year.
There came a time, according to your complaint, that the defendant was having some difficulty and left her family's home and moved into your home.
Correct.
And you say she was there for about 4 months?
About 3 months.
And that she left owing you some money?
Yes.
What was the rental agreement that you had with her?
It was $100 a month for rent. At a common courtesy, I expected a month of notice, 1/3 utilities, help out with groceries, which she did. She paid for utilities in October, but she still owes for November and part of December.
Okay. And according to these papers, she moved out on December 12th.
Correct.
So you want her to pay the whole month of December?
Mm-hmm.
And what else does she owe you for?
She owes $70 for late fee. We gave her the opportunity to pay the rent, and It never came. So I figured $10 a day, and then I decided to take it to court.
$10 a day?
Uh-huh.
For late fees?
7 days. And then I decided to take it to court. I had already given her 2 weeks.
It doesn't seem like an awful lot of money that you're suing for, $294. So there must be another reason why you're bringing this lawsuit, because you had to take time away from whatever else you do. I assume you work?
Mm-hmm. Part-time.
Who is this?
This is my husband. He's also my witness.
And I assume he works?
Yes.
So you took time off from whatever business you had to do, so there must be something more to this than $294.
No, we just took her in. She was pregnant. Basically would have given her the shirts off our back, and she stabbed us in the back.
So, I'm listening.
My side of the story. Well, I had known Dania. It's true that I'd known her for 2 years. And I was telling her about my situation. I told her I was pregnant, and I said, you know, I just know that my family's going to kick me out. I know that my boyfriend's going to bail on me, and I think that I should have an abortion. And she said, no, we want you to keep it, and to do that, we're willing to help you out. We want you to stay with us. We're going to give you encouragement, and all we ask for is that you pay $50 for groceries. And so I did, to my best ability, fulfill that. And they were constantly fighting all the time. After I lost my baby, they started asking for $100 rent. You know, as if losing my baby and my family and the boyfriend wasn't enough. You know, can we get $100 out of you because we spent too much on our credit cards? And I just got fed up with it because the bills kept coming.
But you did pay her $100 at least twice for rent.
Because she said she didn't have food to feed her baby.
No. That means if you didn't have food to feed the baby, then maybe you give her $20. So clearly, based upon what she's saying, you did have some arrangement with her to give her rent. Were you working?
I was.
Well, if you were working when you moved in with her and her husband, then you should pay rent, right?
Right.
Of course.
I have a paper here. This is Krista's handwriting. She even has written on it, rent utilities, $153. Looks like a monthly thing to me.
Well, let me take a look. Let me ask you this question. What did you write up this little sheet of paper for, to see what your expenses were?
Indeed.
Indeed. All state insurance, $153. What is that for?
Auto insurance.
For a?
Car.
That belongs to you?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a car. What kind of car do you have?
Ford Probe.
And you pay $153 a month so that you can drive the car?
Yes.
And Colorado National Bank, $3,000. What was that for?
It was a leftover expense from my fiance and I's bank account.
Mm-hmm. You have a credit union payment?
Mm-hmm.
$2,000. Payment is $163. What kind of work do you do?
I work for Allstate Insurance.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you worked for them?
I've worked for them for 4 months.
And prior to that, who were you working for?
I was working for Home Depot.
In what capacity?
I was a cashier.
Okay. So you built up a lot of debt here.
Indeed.
Indeed you did. One of the debts you had, madam, was to pay rent. Because you drive a car, you pay insurance, you buy clothes. According to this, you buy a lot of other stuff. And you even list here what your bills are, $153 rent and utilities. Right? So how can you say you didn't have an agreement with her to pay rent?
I didn't have a written agreement. I never had a key to the house. My things were never secured.
Look, you weren't a prisoner there, were you?
No.
So if you didn't like the accommodations, you pick yourself up, you pack up your little suitcase, and you leave.
I had nowhere to go.
That's not her fault. That's your fault.
It's true.
Come on. You had a verbal agreement that you would pay her $100 a month. You didn't pay it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So I was in the process of redeveloping a relationship with my family, and because of what she said to them, they won't talk to me anymore. I live across the street, they don't even wave.
And later today,
Next thing I hear this verbiage, "Here I come, Herbert." He swung around with his fists and hit me in the right eye, and there was blood everywhere, and I couldn't see out of my right eye.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dania Norris is suing former roommate Krista DeReamer for running out on the rent. Krista says Dania slandered her by telling her parents she was a topless dancer.
Look, what you are suggesting as far as late fees, I think is excessive. I really do.
I also have some pictures, if you'd like to take a look at them.
Yeah.
One of them is probably not appropriate. Used condoms that were left between the mattresses and the wall.
She left the place a mess. Is what you're saying? She left the place a mess? I don't have to see the pictures. Now, these things that you are suing her for, a piece of the power and light, a piece of the phone, piece of the trash, piece of the water, cleanup fee. How much did you pay to clean up the place?
We didn't clean anything, but I figured our time and effort to throw away the trash and the dead flowers is worth $10. It was very disrespectful.
She was disrespectful. Now, we don't come up to a lot of money here. I'm going to address myself to your countersuit, which, at least on paper, looks like nonsense. You're countersuing for $1,200. In 3 minutes or less, tell me why.
The reason being is because I was in the process of redeveloping a relationship with my family, and because of the night that she decided to go and tell them that about my past work experience, that they won't talk to me anymore. I live across the street, they don't even wave. My father had agreed to pay for my medical expenses for a year so that I could get back on my feet after my miscarriage. And because of what she said to them, I'll never have my family back, and I feel that the least I should get is my health.
Where's your father?
In Colorado.
Well, let me explain something to you. You are asking me to assume that if she said anything to your father, it's because of that, in his mind, that he's not talking to you.
That's right.
Well, I can't do that. No court's going to do that. It's ridiculous. So your counterclaim is dismissed, and I'm giving you a judgment for $114. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Yeah. At the back door to your right.
We went over to her parents' house to see if they were willing to bail her out of trouble again. And they said that she's been lying to them ever since they can remember.
I would say that they're small-town people that think small.
And now the next case.
Parties on Herbert versus Ryan. Step forward, please.
58-year-old salesman Greg Herbert claims roommate 39-year-old marketing rep Chris Ryan assaulted him, causing severe eye injury.
Now, are you neighbors? Is that what I understand this to be?
We were living in the same house, Your Honor.
In the same house?
Same house.
Not an apartment house, a private house.
It's a cottage, a 3-bedroom house.
And how long had you been living there together?
I had been there over a year. He had been there 4 or 5 months, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, he assaulted you.
Yes, Your Honor.
When?
On the evening of December the 5th, 1997.
And tell me the circumstances surrounding the assault, sir.
I was on the telephone this one evening about 5 in the afternoon, and I heard a lot of noise out in the front of the house, barking like a dog, and general commotion. I went out the front door, and Mr. Ryan was sitting in a chair right outside the front door with one of the neighbor's kids, and he was making a lot of noise and barking. So I said, please, you keep the noise down. I'm on the phone to San Francisco. I can't hear. I went back to my room. The noise continued. I went out, it said the same thing a second time. Went back, third time, same thing. No abatement of noise, no apologies or anything. The fourth time, I went out, closed the door, I locked the door, went back into my room, got back on the phone. A couple of minutes later, I heard the screen being torn out of my window, which is, my desk is facing the wall, my back is to the window. The drape is closed over the window. Next thing I hear this verbiage, "Here I come, Herbert." He vaulted into the room onto my bed. My bed is right underneath the window. I got up from my chair, starting to get a little fearful, went through the door. He swung around with his fists and hit me in the right eye. He was on my left. I was just reaching towards the door. All of a sudden, there was blood everywhere. And just to show you, Your Honor, this is my shirt that I was wearing at the time. These are my jeans that I was wearing. They have been washed once, but there are still blood stains visible. I have a cordless phone on my desk. I reached around, picked up the phone to dial 911. He grabbed hold of me, pulled me down, grabbed the phone out of my hand. So I immediately just got up, went into the bathroom. There was blood everywhere, and I couldn't see out of my right eye. I went over the sink. There was blood coming down to the sink, picked up a towel. He came into the room beside me and said, "Why did you get in my face?" So I said, "Well, I'm blind in one eye. I'm going to hospital."
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're not living together, are you? Did you move out?
He moved out at the end of the month.
He moved out.
In December, yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Greg Herbert is suing Chris Ryan for punching him in the eye.
Okay, Mr. Ryan. Let me hear you, sir.
On the day that we're talking about, I was on the porch, and I did have one of the neighbor kids over, and he was singing, and that's what Mr. Herbert came out, not any dog barking. Mr. Herbert came out the door, yelling at the top of his voice, telling us to quiet down. We're disturbing his peace and quiet in the bedroom. Went back in his room. Oh, first he told me he was going to kick my butt. Then he went back in the house and locked the door. He didn't come out 3 or 4 times. He came out once. I tried to get in the house. The door was locked. I tried all the other doors. They were locked too. I worked my way around to the back of the house where Mr. Herbert's window was. When I got to the window, I believe I surprised him. I have known Mr. Herbert for about 10 years and known Mr. Herbert to be extremely paranoid. I believe that when I caught Mr. Herbert off surprise, his paranoia and his hyperactivity, he lunged up to close the bedroom window, and he has a futon bed directly behind his desk. That's when he slipped and fell into the window. I, not knowing what was happening, put my hands up, and that's when I think his face hit the screen, which hit my hand, popping the screen off, cutting his eye. That's when he dialed, apparently, 911, walked out of the room, and that's when I came in the house, the only entrance I had. I didn't know what he was going to do, and that's what happened. And the police came. They took a police report. There were no arrests made. Loss of wages? The guy sells surfboards. How could he lose any wages? I didn't touch the gentleman, and that's what happened.
How is this a one-story house?
It's a one-story house.
And how many windows are there in the house?
Approximately 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So the only window that was available to you to go in was the window in his room.
I tell you, the reason why that is because the other gentleman there, Mr. Warner, who was our landlord, he's extremely paranoid too, and he wouldn't let me leave the house without having all the windows locked. Wouldn't let me leave my room without locking all the windows. Mr. Herbert was the kind of.
So what you're telling me is of the 10 or 12 windows, which I assume you tried, Mr. Ryan, correct, before you went into his window?
Well, yes, I did.
You tried all of the other 9 or 10 or 12 windows before you found that the only possible way of getting into the house was to enter through his bedroom window. Is that correct?
It was not to enter through his window. It was to get to his window and attempt to get him to open the front door for me. But again, because
But you wound up, sir, in his room.
I wound up in his room after.
You wound up in his room?
Yes, I did.
Did he pull you into his room?
No, he didn't.
Well, did some force greater than both of you force you into his room?
There's no force. I told you after Mr. Herbert walked out of his bedroom, me not knowing what his next move was, I came in through the window to get back into the house.
Now, how high up was the window?
Shoulder height, I would say.
So you had to sort of lift yourself up. It's not a walk-in window.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me understand this. Because of the landlord, you're the landlord?
No, I'm the original tenant.
Okay, because of this gentleman and his paranoia, all of the other 12 windows on the first level were bolted. So the only place that you could go was to his window. And you never entered into the room until after he somehow fell on the screen which caught in somehow contact with your hand.
He didn't actually
right?
fall on the screen.
Which somehow hit his eye.
Well, it kind of sounds like you're kind of putting words into my mouth, Your Honor.
Listen, sir, I couldn't understand, quite frankly, your explanation.
I just told you, he jumped up.
He jumped up.
He slipped on the bed apparently behind him, lunging to get the window closed, apparently because of his paranoia.
What do you mean closed? Was his window open?
Yeah, the window was open. His bedroom window was open.
And no screen in it?
No, it did have a screen on it.
So
the
what
screen popped off after he fell into it. Bonk. Screen pops off.
It popped off outside or inside?
Outside.
It popped off outside, and somehow when it popped off, he cut his eye?
I think when he fell from slipping on the bed into the screen. Look at the shape the gentleman's in.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's my job to try to evaluate the evidence that's presented before me, what sounds as if it's common sense, logical, and what sounds as if it's a crock of baloney. On that side, we have a crock of baloney. Flying screens, slippage, bolted windows. Now, Mr. Herbert, I will tell you now, sir, that I don't excuse you for locking the door. I mean, you know, he's supposed to have access to the house, so that what you did was wrong to lock the door. But I don't think that that in any way contributed to what happened to you, because Mr. Ryan, if he were acting in a normal, adult fashion, could have either called the landlord, called the police, and say, I've been locked out of my house. The response is not to come flying into your bedroom window and sucking you in the eye. That is not a normal, adult, reasonable response. So while it was not the right thing to do, to lock the front door, you're not living together, are you? Did you move out?
He moved out at the end of the month.
He moved out.
In December, yeah.
For everyone, I'm sure, Mr. Ryan. Mr. Herbert, you are suing the defendant for $5,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Based upon the... Based upon what I've seen here, you're entitled to your $5,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You want to do anything else? You want to do anything else?
Do I look like I'm feeling bad?
And $50 court costs. Thank you.
Excuse, you may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next...
She kept her boyfriend's couch and TV.
Instead of going to the police, why didn't she take the couch and the television set and put it on a truck and bring it to his house?
I can tell you why.
Why?
It's too big. Can't even get it out the door of the condo.
Let me tell you
The
something.
couch or the
Let me tell you
television.
something. Madam, did they build the condo around the couch and the television?
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Sheindlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy.
Party's on Dodds versus Novick. Step forward, please.
30-year-old Derek Dodds is suing Terry Novick, his girlfriend of 3 years, for a leather couch she kept when they split up.
Order. All rise. All rise, please. Quiet in the courtroom. Judges number 87 on the calendar in the matter of Dodds versus Novick.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Oh, well, another love affair that didn't quite make it. Right?
Right.
Right.
According to your complaint, sir, you're suing the defendant for $5,000 for a couch and a television set
That's correct.
that you bought and are still paying for on your credit card. But she has.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
The defendant and I were seeing each other since the end of '95, and things were going well, so we had talked about moving in together, specifically into the condo that her father owns. She came to me and said that to furnish it, she wanted, among other things, a leather couch, custom made, and a big screen Sony TV. She has no credit because it was ruined in the past, so I had to do it. I didn't want to, but she promised that she was going to pay for it.
And I said, okay, I wanted to make her happy. I mean, I cared a lot about her. And so I went ahead and I signed for it, and thinking
Did she give you any money for the couch?
At that time?
Yes.
No.
Well, she says she gave you $500.
She gave me money, but it wasn't $500.
Well, how much was it?
She came, at first
Just tell me how much.
$380 in 2 payments. It was a total of $380.
You purchased the TV in that period of time, too?
The TV came in February, and I think the couch came a month later in March.
What was the agreement with the television set?
There was no agreement. We were just going to pay it off as whatever.
As a couple?
Yes. I think we were talking about getting a joint account at that time.
And then the romance was over?
No, it lasted, but
Did you ever move in?
no, I never did. And it was mutual at the end.
All right, Miss Novick, let's hear
Hi.
your end.
Okay, first of all, I've known the defendant for 12 years. I already had a couch on layaway at Jennifer Leather. It got discontinued. We went looking for another couch. We went to Leather Factory and we saw one. Derek really liked the couch. He said, you know, if you really like the couch, I'll go ahead and buy it for you. I said, no, it's kind of expensive. He goes, well, you know, your birthday's coming up. Let me just buy it for your birthday.
That's not true.
And then at that time, they wanted a deposit of $500. I said, and then he asked me, could you go ahead and give me the $500 and then the rest I'll just buy for your birthday gift. So then later on, we went looking for a TV set. And he really liked the big screen TV set. I had a 27-inch already, so I didn't really need another TV set. He said, you know, I really like this. What if we go in half and half? I said, okay, that's fine. I agree. You know, that's, if you want to do it, we'll do it. Everything was delivered to my house. We've never lived together. And then at that time, things were fine. Then I didn't want to see him anymore. And I think it was in September. And then he kept calling me and calling me and calling me. And I'm just like, you know, it's over, Derek. Just leave me alone. I have nothing to say to you. And then at that time, I would be making payments to his work or whenever we...
Payments for what?
For the TV set.
How much did you pay towards the TV set?
The TV set, well, he would tell me it would be $40, I think, each.
What do you mean $40?
Well, I pay $40, he would pay $40.
So it was $80 a month in
It
payments?
was $80, I believe, a month, and he would just tell me when to make the payment.
So, and you would make it by check, I assume?
No, I made cash. I just did cash because it was easier.
Did she give you money for the TV set?
No, Your Honor.
How much money can you prove to me, madam, that you paid for him for the television set?
I paid cash. I don't have any proof. I didn't think it would go this far.
But it's aggravating to him, and I can understand it, because he's got the bills for this stuff, and it was your intention that you would both be sitting on the couch watching the television. That didn't work out.
But there's more, Your Honor. When he started, there's more. When he started...
Shh. Order.
When he started calling me and harassing me and...
Calling you and harassing you for what?
He needed to talk to me and...
No, listen to me. Calling you and harassing you about what?
Just to talk about things.
Not
Our
about,
relationship.
Not about these
no,
bills.
he just said, I need to talk to you.
Need to talk to you. Did you ask him about what?
No, I just said I don't have anything to talk to you about.
Just a minute. Well, what makes you think that he wasn't calling you to discuss these outstanding bills?
Because he didn't want to break up.
Listen to me. If you didn't give him an opportunity to ask the question, to tell you why he wanted to talk to you, how do you know that that wasn't the intent of his call?
There was more to it, though. When he waited for me after work, he followed me everywhere. And I tried to lose him. And then after coming out of a garage where I work, he ran into my car. And then at that time, I got out of the car. He damaged my bumper. And then I said, I'm going to report this to my insurance company. At that point, he says, please don't. My rates will go up because it's over $500 worth of damage. I said, then how are we going to resolve this? Then I said, you know what, there is a way. How about I don't make any more payments on the TV set?
Well, it said in your answer to this complaint that you stopped short and applied your brakes, and then he ran into you.
No.
That's what you... Let me see if I read it wrong. That's always possible. Unlikely, but possible.
I was driving.
Let me see what you swore to, madam. You said, one day he waited for me until I got off from work and followed me. I tried to lose him, but he was behind me the entire time. I went into a building, he followed me. I then slammed on my brakes, and he ran right into my car. That's what you swore to.
No.
What do you mean, no? Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
This is not like childbirth. If you got it in there, you can get it out.
Right.
And later today,
This isn't as much about the money as it is the principle.
What's the principle?
Says one of the reasons she couldn't return her ex-boyfriend, Derek Dodd's couch, was because it wouldn't fit through the door.
Why were you following her, sir? Look at me.
I'm sorry, can I tell you how it really happened?
Go ahead.
It wasn't, I didn't wait for her after work. It was at her condo. She had handed me the $200. She threw the money at me through the gate, and she jumped in her...
$200 for what?
That was the first payment I was speaking of. There was 2 payments of $300 total. One was $200. She threw the cash at me, jumped in her car, and drove away. And I said, I want to talk to you about this. I want to resolve this. What are we going to do about this stuff? And she was hysterical. I don't know why. And she just took off in her car, and I tried to follow her like she says. But I wasn't harassing her or anything. I wanted to speak to her. She wouldn't return my calls.
What did you want to speak to her about, Mr. Dodds?
I wanted to speak to her about what we were going to do, specifically about the couch and the TV, which I was paying for, and she had, and she would not return my calls.
Did you say to her, forget about the TV, when
No.
it came to the bumper damage to her car?
No, the TV, I mean, she's just totally making that up.
How much money do you think you owe him?
I don't feel I owe him anything.
Why not?
Well, first of all, he hit my car. My
So
car
what?
was damaged.
Listen, Ms. Novak, even if I believe your story that he said to you, forget about the TV, we're still stuck here with a $3,300 couch.
He bought that for me for my birthday.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. And I'll tell you why I don't believe it. Because you just told me that you had a couch on order, on layaway, from Jennifer Convertibles that was discontinued. So you were planning to buy a couch anyway. Let's start with that. So you owe him money for the couch. He says you gave him $380 towards the couch. Is that right, sir?
That's correct.
How much was the total purchase price of the couch?
Well, here it says $33.16, deposit $516. We financed $2,800.
Looks right to me, Judge.
$29.36. Now let's get to the TV. How much was the TV?
I can't really say because it was just $200 and another $180 for the both of them, for the couch and the TV, because she was so far behind on the payments. We never said, well, this is for the TV and this is for the couch.
So the $380 was all the total amount of money that she gave you for both items? Okay. Where's the 27-inch television set?
It's in my house. That's
so you
mine.
have both? You have both?
Yes, I do.
You want to give him the TV?
If he reimburses me the money I paid him. I paid him a lot more money than he's saying, Your Honor.
Yes.
Who are you?
I'm her mother.
Well, do you have evidence about how much money she gave?
I have no evidence about that, but I have evidence about the stalking, the car. He came to my house twice looking for her, not giving me reasons.
Well, listen.
Et cetera, et cetera.
He came to your house twice. Listen, can you imagine, madam, the frustration? He's got $5,000 worth of bills. He has nothing. He's nothing to sit on, nothing to look at. They planned to move in together. Your daughter has both of these things. He has nothing. He tries to call her. He says, we have to talk. She says, I have nothing to talk to you about, and hangs up on him.
No.
That's what she's just told me.
That's fine that she just told you that, but he came to my house twice, and I asked him each time what he wanted, and he just said, I want to know where Terry is.
Let me tell you something. If your daughter was afraid of him.
She was.
What I don't understand is.
She did go to the police.
Listen to me. You keep anticipating what I'm going to say to you. Instead of going to the police, why didn't she take the couch and the television set and put it on a truck and bring it to his house?
I can tell you why.
Why?
It's too big. Can't even get it out the door of the condo.
Let me tell you
The
something.
couch or the
Let me tell you
television.
something. Madam, did they build the condo around the couch and the television?
I don't have any idea how they got it in there.
This is not like childbirth. If you
Right.
got it in there, you can get it out.
Right. She told him several times
Listen,
to
that's a
come
lot.
pick it
You know,
up.
I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
She didn't say that at all. She didn't say that to me today, that he can come and get the stuff. And she didn't say that to him, that he can come and get the
Yes,
stuff.
she did.
Well, I just asked her if he can have the TV.
If he pays her what she paid him, yeah. And
What?
she's told him that more than once.
Just a second. Did she ever tell you you could have the couch and the television?
Yes. No, not the couch, just the TV.
So why don't you go get it, sir?
I tried to, but every time she was really brief on the phone. She would just say, I gotta go. And then I would call her for weeks, and I would either get an answering machine, or at the end, she changed her number to an unlisted number. I was calling her to set up a time. I had somebody who would give me money, not how much I owed, but I was trying to sell it for something, and I could never get a hold of her, and I can't sell it now to that guy.
Because you're harassing me over the phone. He leave messages, Your Honor, all the time.
Just a second. Do you have a copy of the messages that he was leaving you?
He just kept calling and being very nasty on the phone, so I don't have a machine.
Just a second. Being nasty, madam, about what? Is my question to you.
He wanted to meet me and talk about things.
What things?
Oh, about the TV set.
Right! Judy, would you do me a favor, madam? Sit down. Sit down. How much you pay for this TV?
$2,400.
And how much do you estimate that you gave him towards the television set?
A lot more than $500.
Yeah, give me a figure. Give me a figure.
I paid at least $700 to $800 in payments.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And later today,
This isn't as much about the money as it is the principle.
If you have a problem with principle, I suggest you take it up with your therapist.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Terry Novick says one of the reasons she couldn't return her ex-boyfriend, Derek Dodd's couch, was because it wouldn't fit through the door.
It appears to me that you two people had good intentions when you decided to set up housekeeping and you were buying things for your home. It didn't work out. If it didn't work out, either one of two things happen. Either you share the expenses and return the property, or you sell the property, get whatever you can for it, and then whatever the difference is, you split it. I do not believe you, madam, that this couch was purchased as a birthday present at all. I believe that it was purchased with the full intention of the two of you enjoying it mutually and furnishing a new apartment. I am therefore awarding the plaintiff $4,786. That's all.
Thank you. Parties are excused. You may step out. Stop the back door to your right. Yes.
And now the next case.
Parties on Beacon versus May. Step forward, please.
Marriage counselor Janice Beacon is suing her one-time best friend Penelope May for concert tickets that were canceled after a marital dispute.
There's a lot about your complaint that I don't understand. So you're going to have to explain the logistics of these concert tickets to me. But what I do understand from the complaint is as follows. Miss Beacon, you and your husband were socially friendly with the defendant and her now estranged husband, but then they were together. Correct?
Correct.
And you, Miss May, had a subscription, a revered subscription to the Philharmonic. Correct?
The symphony, actually, but yes.
And for many years, you sold one of your tickets to the plaintiff.
Yes.
And it was just the two of you that went together, or did the husbands go too?
No, just the two of us.
Just the ladies?
Yes.
Then, unfortunately, you and your husband separated. And it was a rather acrimonious separation. And you two ladies had a falling out because, according to these papers, you took sides with the husband over a particular event, and she got angry with you.
Correct. That's about right.
The social part of this lawsuit, I understand. It's the logistics of this subscription that I don't understand, and why you are suing her for $180. So explain it to me, Mrs. Beacon.
With regard to the cancellation of the subscription, Penelope had asked me to split the remaining tickets with her. And at this point, I was hoping to somehow fix our relationship.
Had you paid her any money for the tickets?
Yes, I had paid her $300 for the 10 concerts, and there were 6 remaining at this point.
So far, is that correct? She had given you a check for $300?
Yes.
For the 10 tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
And about a week before the next concert, I got a call from Miss May's soon-to-be ex-husband telling me that she had left the country. So I called the Performing Arts Center to get another ticket because I had won. However, because she canceled her ticket, she also canceled my ticket because they were both in her name.
But you had the tickets.
I had the tickets.
Did you go to the concert, the other 6 concerts?
I went to the other 6 concerts, yes.
But you didn't have those seats?
Correct.
Did you have to pay for the other 6 concerts?
I did not have to pay for the other 6 concerts.
But you didn't get the good seats that you had?
That is correct.
What kind of seats did you get?
They were equivalent seats. They were okay, they were fine. And this isn't as much about the money as it is the principle.
Now let me understand it. You paid for 10 tickets.
Yes.
For 10 concerts.
Correct.
$300.
Right.
You went to 10 concerts, and the seats were, although not exactly the same, according to you, equivalent.
That's right.
What's the principle?
Had I gone to the concert with my ticket, which I assumed was a valid ticket, someone else would have been sitting in my seat, had I not called.
You want to say anything?
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Miss Beacon.
Yes.
You look like a very nice lady. So I am going to try to be as calm as I can. Courts are very busy. People wait a long time to get their lawsuit heard. Because there are so many lawsuits filed, we have become a very litigious society, unfortunately. Your lawsuit is such a crock of baloney that I am actually appalled at someone who seems to be an intelligent, concert-going lady would take the time and the effort to pursue a former friend who is involved in a very acrimonious divorce, especially when you suffered no loss. So, if you suffered no loss, you have no lawsuit. And if you have a problem with principle, I suggest you take it up with your therapist. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a
That
moment.
I was somebody else so that he would call me back.
When the love was gone, money raised its ugly head.
That always happens when somebody owes you
Yeah.
money. It doesn't happen when you owe somebody money.
Right.
But it always happens, especially when the luster of love has worn off, right?
Yes.
I sort of like that word, luster of love. I assume from your complaint that you had a 3.5-year sort of live-in relationship where you were together. Is that right?
About a year and a half, actually. We had a long-distance relationship for 10 months before that, and then lived together for almost about 2 years.
Okay. And now you are no longer together. You say he owes you money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take these things one item at a time, because that's a more organized way of doing business. Damage to my car, $477.18.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that come about?
I can show you this.
No, tell me.
Okay. I guess I was out of town, and we had a driveway in which my car was parked at the top. I guess either he was on a job or I'm not sure exactly
I
what.
backed into her car.
And
You backed into a car?
Yeah, basically backed into the car and damaged the back end.
Okay. Did you have it fixed right away?
No.
Why?
Because I was trying to get the money from Aaron.
Well, how long did you live together afterwards, after this damage to the car?
Probably another 6 months, maybe.
Now, you can't tell me that during that 6-month period you were trying to get the money from him to fix it.
Yes.
No.
What do you mean, yes?
Yes, I had asked him to please pay for the damages. I was still able to drive my car, considering the damage was in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's damage that, yes, is kind of expensive, but it's not something that...
It's cosmetic.
It's cosmetic, basically.
So
it's a
how
dent.
much after you broke up did you decide to fix the car?
I didn't fix the car. It's still dented.
Gym membership, $713.12. And this is for a gym membership that you shared and I paid off. Tell me about it.
We had decided to get a gym membership at Bally's together. I had put it through my bank. So what happens is every month they would take the funds out of my bank account. Of course, when we broke up, the funds were still coming out of my bank account, and I ended up paying off $1,400, half of which is $713.12.
How long did you use the gym membership after you split up?
I went a few times myself.
Yeah, I never used the membership, and just when we did it, it was a better deal for us both to do it. And
Well, what was the difference? Do you know?
Oh.
Between a single membership and a double membership?
No.
I don't know. And it was something I used it once when we first got it.
Well, the
and
question
never-
is, sir, did you obligate her to pay this gym membership because you intended to use it?
I didn't. It was something she wanted to do. You know, she wanted the membership, and
So you just went along for the ride?
well, I thought there was much. You know, as far as the cost of it, I thought it was something we would both cover over.
So did you
time
pay
and-
for any of it?
Oh yeah.
How much
Yeah.
did you pay?
I never kept exact track, but probably, you know, over the period of a year, probably $200-300.
And how did you make those payments to her?
Just gave her money here and there.
For the gym?
Well, I gave her money for mini bills that.
For the gym?
No, not specifically for the gym. Not that I can say. All the payments I had given her were larger sums that were.
For what?
For utility bills and gym payments and things like that. So, all in one payment, every month.
Well, let me see. Checks for these large sums of money. You return checks for large sums of money.
I'm basically just pinpointing these items as what I'm suing for. Those canceled checks have nothing to do with these items.
What do they have to do with?
They have to do with other items that...
I disagree with that. Those canceled checks go to a list here that Vanessa had faxed me that I can show the judge also. And those canceled checks correspond with those payments on that and with this, actually. I'd gone down that list and marked off what I felt were fair and reasonable things that she should be paid back for. And on the second sheet...
Well, how much, sir, do you think is fair and reasonable for her to be paid back?
Well, on the...
Is it not a number?
Sorry.
Give me a number.
About $2,800.
And how much have you paid her?
$2,800.
You've paid her $2,800. Does that cover the gym?
Specifically, no, it doesn't cover the gym specifically.
All right. Does that cover the damage to her car?
No, because I've never gotten a total on that.
Can I see the estimate for the damage on your car, please?
Okay.
Just give me the estimate, not a tone. You have a deductible on your insurance?
Yes.
What's your deductible?
I think it's $500.
What do you mean you think?
I'm not sure.
Well, how can I do this if I don't know what your deductible is?
I'm pretty sure it's $500, but I'm not sure.
I still don't understand why it took you so long to even think about fixing the car. Let me see the dent to the back of the car.
It's on the back of that picture. It was something that could have waited. It wasn't something that...
It sure can. It's just like a little kiss.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I had called him, I had paged him. He wouldn't return my pages.
That always happens when somebody owes you money.
Yes.
Especially when the luster of love has worn off.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And later today,
Kids do that when they're in elementary school. They go around and tear each other's posters off. You understand that?
he refused to pay his share of bills and damaged her car.
All right, let's go to the next thing then. Next thing is a credit card that I started for him in my name, $455.09. What's this credit card, sir? Do you know?
Yeah, and I have also paid her back for that.
You have?
Yeah, in that $2,800.
Well, did you use that credit card at all?
No.
Do you have the last statement from the credit card?
Yes.
Can I see it, please?
I made several payments. I didn't make one lump sum. But that was the last payment in which I paid off the credit card.
This says that there was a previous balance of $37. How am I supposed to tell whose expenses these are?
In the checks there and in the breakdown of what she says I owed her versus what I've paid her, it kind of shows it. I know it's kind of complicated, but...
It is very complicated. I wish you young people who decide to set up housekeeping didn't exchange credit cards. Really very stupid.
I agree.
Never do it again.
Yeah. That's what everybody says. You don't have checks here, sir.
I'm sorry?
You showed me these bills, sir, these checks that you say should total $2,800. They don't even total $1,000.
I don't believe I have all $2,800 worth of checks here because I didn't start to get my checks in back to me until after this started. I just have to go by what she deducted off the balance, and it shows payments. She dated them on her.
How much did you receive from him in total?
I don't know.
Listen, I can't figure this whole thing out. Nobody can figure this whole thing out. Probably even not an accountant can figure this whole thing out. One thing I do know for sure is that you owe her half of the gym membership. Now, the entire membership was $1,400 and change, so you owe her $700 for the gym membership. That I know for sure. Madam, I'm allowing you $300 for the repair of your car.
Okay, thank you.
Fix this little
Can I also
ting
add
in the back of the car. And I'm giving you $700 for the gym payment because I think that you obligated yourself to pay for this gym. The fact that he didn't use it, that's his problem. He was there, he thought it was a good deal, he's got to pay for part of it, and he can't establish to my satisfaction that he's ever paid any part of that. You wanted to say something else?
I wanted to add that I had tried to, after I had broken up with Aaron and had moved out, I had tried numerous times to make arrangements to meet with him. I had called him, I had paged him. He wouldn't return my pages. One time, I had to pretend that I was somebody else so that he would call me back, and he did. So this is why this has gone on for so long, because I have never been able to reach him or find him or get him to call me back. And because of this...
That always happens when somebody owes you money.
Yes.
Especially when the luster of love has worn off.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I sort of like that bird.
I like
Luster
that.
of love.
I'll write that down.
So
that is why this has been drawn out for so long, and I took it
Vargas,
to court.
put a period. Move on with it.
Okay.
I'm giving her a judgment for $1,000. Fix the dinghy on your car. Help you pay for the gym membership that you probably paid off. Do me a favor, you get another boyfriend? Keep your credit cards under lock and key.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, that's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
And now the next case.
Parties on Buffa versus Paz Martinez. Step forward, please.
40-year-old student Charles Buffer says fellow student Karen Paz, 25, tore down his campaign posters at Los Angeles City College and ruined his chances of becoming student vice president.
Which one of you is Miss Martinez?
I am.
Mr. Buffer, you were running for the office of vice president, according to your papers, of a school organization, and Miss Martinez was your adversary.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was this college?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which school?
LACC, LA City College. Yes, Your Honor.
And according to your complaint, Miss Martinez and/or Miss Paz took down 6 of your posters.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are suing them for $72, which was the cost of the posters, And you also lost the election.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How do you know that they took down the posters?
Okay, Your Honor, first of all, number one is that I found the poster. Let me bring this up to you. I found the poster in the location of where this lady was. Number two is they admitted it to me the next day.
All right, tell me about the admission.
And I, with the election chair commission lady who's here with me today, will testify that they admitted that she tore down the posters.
Who tore down the posters?
Miss Karen Paz over here.
Did you tear down the posters?
No, not all.
Not all?
No.
Did you take down some?
2.
Order.
You took down some?
2, yeah.
Why?
That was my mistake.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
Also, too, I'd like to bring up, too, that she also signed an affidavit saying she did do this, okay?
Well, let me see the affidavit.
Okay, I'd have to come up to you or have him bring it to you. You see, Your Honor, it isn't about money here. It's about principle. You destroyed something to me in hopes of not getting me elected to try to hamper me from getting elected is what this girl did.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I plan on pursuing something honest where you don't have to use deceit and trickery to win an election. By tearing up stuff, that is not right.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 40-year-old student Charles Buffa says fellow student Karen Paz, 25, tore down his campaign posters at Los Angeles City College and ruined his chances of becoming student vice president.
Well, why are you suing Miss Martinez?
Because Miss Martinez was the one that I was running against, Your Honor.
But why are you suing her?
And because when we went in that day and confronted her with the election committee lady.
Confronted whom?
Well, we confronted Miss Paz in the office, okay? She admitted that, well, she said, well, she told me to do it, and then you yelled at me and said, well, they weren't stamped. So that gave you the authority and the orders to give her to tear up my posters because you wanted so bad to get elected, Your Honor. That's what happened. And that day, she admitted it to me and to the other lady sitting here on her orders that that's why that was done.
Who admitted it? Miss Martinez?
Miss Paz.
I'm not talking about Miss Paz. Miss Paz has already
okay.
admitted she took down a couple of posters.
And then when I said...
I'm talking about Miss Martinez.
Yeah, yes,
She's
ma'am.
guilty.
Yes, Your Honor. Then when I said to Miss Martinez, I said, well, why did you tell her to do that? Well, Mr. Buffett, your posters aren't stamped. I don't blankly give a damn.
Miss Martinez, did you say to Mr. Buffett your posters aren't stamped?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Put that down,
Okay.
sir. I don't need visual aids. Pass visual aids. Stop getting so excited, sir. This is
I know.
not an election for state senator or president of the United
I agree.
States. I know that you're emotional.
Well, you know, it's the principle.
I know it's principle. I know. Kids do that when they're in elementary school. They go around and tear each other's posters off.
understand that.
You understand that? You're supposed
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
more adult as you get older.
That's correct.
Miss Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
did you ever tell Miss
No. No, Your
Paz
Honor.
to take down his posters because they weren't stamped?
No, Your Honor. There's no reason why I should do it.
Okay. Do you have information with regard to that?
Yes, I do,
Step
Your
up here
Honor.
and tell me who you are.
My name is Felice Dooley, and I was chairperson of the election.
Did you ever speak to Miss Martinez with regard to these posters?
Yes, I did. I spoke with Ms. Martinez, and Ms. Paz confronted them. I asked Ms. Paz if she took down the posters, and she admitted she took down the posters. And after words of exchange, explicitives that she shouted at me or what have you, she was extremely belligerent.
You're not following me. I asked you a direct question. My direct question to you was, what information do you have that Miss Martinez had a conspiracy with Miss Paz to take down these posters? She's guilty. I tell you what, to make it easier, you sit down.
Ms. Martinez told me that she was aware that Karen Paz took down the posters.
Being aware doesn't make her guilty in the eyes of the law.
No, she did not tell me that she directed Ms. Paz
to take them down.
Take them down.
Do you have
Oh, go ahead.
any, Mr. Buffer?
Yes.
How old are you, by the way, sir?
Too old.
No, I'm too old. How old are you?
40.
Okay.
I'd say I tell you I was 21, but I know you won't believe it.
I certainly wouldn't. I tell people I'm 21 all the time. They don't believe me.
Your Honor, it's the thing of it is that what motive would this girl have to do it? She knew she was running against me. That's why she did it.
Mr. Buffer,
What motive do I have?
you're 40 years old, so you
Right,
should have a
correct.
certain amount of life's experience, including
do.
life's experience. You also have experience watching a lot of television, being inside of courts, right?
Yeah, that's
Your
correct.
feelings are not particularly relevant. The fact that somebody had an opportunity or inclination doesn't necessarily make them guilty. You have to have proof that they're guilty before a
understand
court
that, yeah.
finds them guilty.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Do you have any proof against Miss Martinez that she either instructed or directed anyone else to remove your posters?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well,
Your
let
Honor.
me hear it.
Okay. Well, the day we went in that day into that office, when I asked her, why did you tell her to take down the posters, her reply to me was, well, your posters weren't stamped, so I told her to take them down. She had every right to do so. That's what she said
I did
to
not
me.
tell him.
I don't believe that.
No,
Mr.
I
Buffer?
didn't.
That's what you did.
Mr. Buffer,
That's correct.
listen to me.
I'm listening.
I don't believe she said that to you.
Well, she
I
did.
have no need to
No.
do it. Why would I do
No, I don't
something
believe
like
she
that?
said those words to you, sir.
That's exactly well. I say she did say that words to me.
Did she say to you, were they stamped?
No, she said your posters weren't stamped. I gave her the authority to take them down because they weren't stamped.
No, I did
and
not
that's
say
why I
that.
said they are stamped. Here they are.
I did not
No,
say that.
I don't believe that. But you are entitled to a judgment, sir. You are entitled to a judgment against the person who has been proven guilty in this court, and that is Miss Paz.
That is correct.
Well,
You're
so it cost you, according to you, $72 for these posters. That's the amount of money that you're suing for. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to give you a judgment for that, sir, in the amount of $72 against Miss Paz.
Well, I really appreciate that, Your Honor.
That's what you have. Thank
but
you.
You
I'm
know what?
glad you
It's
appreciate it.
principle. That's what it is, not the money. It's principle.
What is my principle?
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You have a 9-year-old child together, correct?
Yes.
7 years after they split up, they're fighting over a car payment. She says he's jealous.
I felt that she should pay off this loan fast because Miss Will has now entered into a new relationship. This check right here is for $15,000.
Listen to me, sir. You're in the wrong court. Mr. Stelly, you and the defendant had a long relationship, I gather from your papers, and you have a 9-year-old child together, correct?
Yes.
Boy or a girl?
Boy.
According to your complaint, the defendant owes you a nice round number, about $5,000.
Yes, she does.
You want to explain why?
Yes, I've loaned Miss Will several $1,000s for different things. Repairing her automobile, loan for a down payment on a house, a loan for a car, which I took title in collateral. Miss Will has promised to pay me back for these loans, and she has failed to do so.
Let's take the loans specifically, sir.
Okay.
Loan number one.
Loan number one was for a transmission for a Chevy Blazer that Miss Kathy Willows owns.
And how much was that loan?
That loan was in the amount of $1332.18. Here's the check.
Okay, so let's do this one at a time. First of all, how long have you been apart? Long time?
About 5 years.
Okay, and how long did you actually live together?
About 3.
Did he give you money, $1,332.18 to fix a transmission?
He paid the repair guys to fix the transmission.
And was there an agreement that you would pay him back?
He just said that if I could.
And you were living together at the time?
You might call it that, yes.
Okay, what's this next alleged loan for, sir?
Okay, that was for $6,000 for a Pontiac Grand Am.
All right, now this was in 1994, so you were separated at the time. You were no longer living together. She acknowledges that you made a loan to her to buy this car, correct?
Correct.
Am I right?
Well, to purchase the car, yes.
What did I say?
Yeah, I said yes. I'm sorry.
Now, how much of the $6,000 did you pay him back?
Well, the first year and a half that I had the car, I was taking care of my ailing father. I was out of work, and I didn't give David any money toward the vehicle. Then a year and a half later,
I finally got enough money together to move out. When I was moving, David said, "You can't take the car. That's my car." I said, "David, I need that car. I'd just gotten a job and I needed the car." And I said, "I can pay you $50 a month." And here's a history of the payments that I made to him. For a year and a half, I made $50 a month payments.
What's the total?
I think it totaled $550.
So on a $6,000 loan, let us assume that you paid him $550. Then, Mr. Stelly, you repossessed the car.
Yes, I did. I repossessed the car because she was failing to keep a steady payment, and I felt that she should be paying me more money to pay off this loan fast, because Miss Will has now entered into a new relationship, and I don't want to be financially responsible for her anymore.
Okay. It is clear to me that you had an
I'm financially
arrangement.
responsible for my son, but I'm not going to be financially responsible for her.
Mr. Stelly, listen to me carefully, sir. $550, assuming that's what she paid you in $50 increments, and you acknowledge that she made some payments to you, right?
Yes.
But then you repossessed the car.
For lack
What
of
did
payment.
you do with the car?
What did I do with the car?
That was my question.
I have done nothing with it. I have offered the car back to Miss Will,
No.
and she wanted to make a more reasonable payment.
No, you have the car.
I know I have the car, but I have offered the car back to Miss Will so that she can make a more reasonable payment to me, so that she could continue to have a vehicle. I did not take this vehicle to be mean or anything. I took the vehicle so Miss Will could sit there and see that I am not pussyfooting around anymore, that I would like to have a payment so she could be out of debt to me.
Mr. Stelly, she doesn't want the car anymore. According to her answer, she went out and she bought another car.
Yes,
Is that
she
right?
did.
That's true.
So now you have the car, sir.
Yes, I do.
So what you have to do, Mr.
Okay,
Stelly,
right here is
sell the car. It's in your name.
Right here is our quotes for Kelly Blue Book on the value of the car is. I'm asking the court for the difference between the two.
Well, let me see the Blue Books.
Okay, there's one in here for good.
I have
She
Kelly
has-
Blue Book too.
Let me take a look.
And the car's in good to excellent condition.
Let me take a
Your
look.
Honor.
The car is in good to fair condition, Your Honor.
She's got good to excellent. Here.
I got those quotes from off the internet.
Well, you have to believe the internet, right? Okay. What year is this car?
It's an 89.
And you have the sedan?
Four-door.
Four-door sedan, right? Okay. Wholesale is $2,850. Suggested retail is $5,000. Okay. Return that to her. And you have, sir, on your page is the trade-in value in good shape.
Yes, that's
Is
what
20
I consider. That's what I consider the car to be in. I have a videotape of the vehicle showing the conditions of the tires, which are basically all four of them are bald.
Sir,
it's missing a muffler.
You have trade.
It's missing a muffler.
Trade-in value, sir. Trade-in
That's-
value is.
That's what I got off the internet. Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
I have maintenance records and repair receipts on the car to
Whatever.
show
The
that
car
I
is
took care
at
of
least
the car.
the car is at least worth $3,000.
Yes, I agree to that.
At least $3,000, and she has paid you $550. So that's $3,550, leaving $2,450 after you sell it, right?
That's if I get that.
Well, how am I supposed to know, sir? I mean, you come to court. It's your responsibility
That's right. It
to
is
come.
my
It's your
responsibility. That's why I got this tape right here that shows you the condition the car
I'm not
is
interested in
in.
seeing your tape, sir. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you had sold the car and you came to court and you said, this is what I got for the car in an arm's length transaction, I put an ad in the paper, this is what I sold it for, then I would know. Right now, I am speculating because of the posture of this case.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This is what they're trying to sell their cars for.
I don't care. You brought me the papers. I don't care what other people are doing. How do I know you didn't put those ads in the paper?
And later today,
I tried to tell him not to eat it, and he ate it anyways. He was drunk.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Stelly wants the mother of his child, Kathy Willows, to pay for a car he repossessed.
Okay. What else?
I have other loans.
Like what?
Like the down payment on a house.
This is ridiculous.
This check right here is for $15,000.
Sir,
no.
Sir, listen to me, sir. You're in the wrong court.
No,
if she owes you $15,000, then you're in the wrong court.
She paid me back $9,000 of it.
Sir, you're in the wrong court. That's still $6,000. Go ahead, give me the next one.
You know, Your Honor, I have given this woman thousands of dollars. I have let her live in my house. Lived in my house.
With our son.
With my son.
No.
And her son. Okay.
What else?
These are two clips out of the auto section that people are trying to sell their Pontiac Grand M's, and this is what they're trying to sell their cars for.
I don't care. You brought me the papers. You brought me the papers. You brought me the papers. I don't care what other people are doing. How do I know you didn't put those ads in the paper? You brought me the papers. I'm using your figures. Okay. Fair condition.
Why don't we get your paper?
I'm using your paper, sir. The papers that you gave me.
Yeah, okay, from off the internet.
I couldn't live with you 2 minutes. Anything else you want to tell me?
I just want the money that this woman has promised to repay me.
Let me explain something to you, sir. From me, against her, you are going to be awarded $2,450. She has already given you $550. Now, you are going to sell the car, and based upon your figures, you're going to get $3,000 for the car. I mean, am I missing something?
No, you're not missing anything. Okay, you're saying I can and probably will sell the car for $3,000.
You want me to dismiss your lawsuit, Mr. Stelly,
No.
and wait until after you sell the car and then you come back and tell me what you sold the car for? I can do that. I can dismiss your case without prejudice. You can leave.
No.
Go out and sell the car and then come back. Is that what you'd like me to do?
No.
Be more than happy to do that.
No, I would like to get this thing sold so we close this chapter of our lives.
Good. So then I'm awarding you, sir, $2,450.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Why is that excuse? You may step out.
And now the next case.
Party's on Milner versus Dutter. Step forward, please.
19-year-old Flora Milner is suing her former landlord, Francis Dutter, 44, for return of personal belongings. Ms. Dutter says Flora will get them back when she reimburses her for utility bills and a dead fish.
Ms. Milner, according to your complaint, you rented a room from the defendant in her home. And you moved into her home with your baby, who was 18 months old. Is that right?
Yes.
And that lasted only several months. You moved out. She kept some of your things. You want your things back.
That's right.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
She says that you owe her money, and that when you pay her the money, you can get your things back. Is that this case?
Correct.
Ms. Milner, what month did you move into the house?
December.
And what was the rent arrangement?
We had a verbal agreement of $250 plus I'd pay my phone bill.
Is that right?
Correct.
And you had no written lease?
No. No.
And you lived in the house until, according to this, the month of June.
That's right.
Something happened in the month just prior to that. You wanted to move out. Did you pay your rent for the month of June?
I did.
Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And you moved out before July 1st?
That's correct.
Now, she's not suing for anything other than her property back.
That's right.
And you say you have her property.
Correct.
So you tell me, what money do you say she owes you?
She owes me for
for 2 months that she had her stuff in the room, storage fees.
Just a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on a second. Say she owes you $500 for July and August rent.
Correct.
Well, she wasn't living there in July and August.
Correct.
So why does she owe you for July and August rent?
She gave me no notice. We had made an agreement, at least give me 2 months, at least give me a month's notice. I gave her 2 months to please, you know, if that, to be out by that time, but give me notice of some kind because I rented the room to her.
She's not required to give you any notice, madam. You don't have a rental agreement with her. She doesn't have to give you any notice. She paid her rent through June. So let's get rid of July and August rent.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It was a goldfish that he ate.
How big a goldfish?
It was yay big.
A big goldfish.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Flora Milner says former landlord Frances Dutter won't return her personal belongings. Frances says Flora still owes her money for bills and a dead fish.
Now, phone bills June and July.
Correct.
She wasn't there in July.
She didn't pay me for July.
She wasn't there in July. How could you have a phone bill for July?
It carries on through.
Well, I want to know what her June phone bill was.
It runs anywhere from $20 to $25 a month.
How much do you owe for the phone?
It was $14 for 2 months that I owed her when I had moved out.
And let's say you owed her another $20 that she got in her next month's bill. That's $34. Now, the electrical connection fee, water deposit from when she moved in, what is that?
We pay the first time turn-on fee, and then I also paid the water to be turned on plus an extra $15 to be turned on the next day.
You say here that you had to put down the deposit for the gas and electric when you moved into the house because there was no gas and electric in the house for 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Not the gas, just the light and the water.
The light and the
I
water.
put the deposits down. I have the statement from them.
Can I see it, please?
Yes, you may.
So if I gather correctly, you are suing her for the cost of reconnecting when she canceled the accounts, when she moved out. Am I correct?
Yes.
Well, you can't get that. So far what she owes you is $34. Okay, and this says you have a $40 credit. All right. And when the bill was closed, there is now a credit of 40 cents, which means that there were $40 taken out for utilities. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, that's what this clearly says from light and water. All right. So now let's get to this reimbursement for a dead fish. What's that about?
Well, when I was out of town, I drove over to Colorado with my daughter, and I asked Flora, please do not have a party at my house. And then when I was over there, she had called me and said that a fish had died. So I took it as the cat got the fish. She told me a cat got the fish. Well, 2 or 3 weeks later after that, she had admitted to my son that because his friends were saying, people were saying, hey, you had a really good party while you were at Camp Pendleton, because he's a Marine there at MP. And he goes, what are you talking about? Well, Flora threw a big party, and the kids were intoxicated, and one of them bit the head off of a live fish.
Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And this was when you had a party there?
I had about 15 people there.
And somebody acted like an idiot?
Yeah.
One of your friends?
No, it was her son's friend.
Her son's friend?
Yes.
Who was it?
It was her son's friend, Kenny.
How old is her son?
Her son's 19.
And how old is this Kenny?
19.
So Kenny was the one who bit the fish?
Yes, he did.
In half? Do you know Kenny's last name?
No, I do not.
Do you know Kenny's
No, I
last
don't.
name? Ask your son.
Okay.
Good. Now, so what I have is that she owes you $34 for a phone bill, and based upon what I saw from the power company, you probably owe her for a power and light bill that she paid that she was not supposed to pay, that was taken out of her $40 deposit. So that comes out to about a wash. Therefore, I don't believe that there was any reason for you to retain her property, and you have to return it. She doesn't have to pay you for July and August. Your son's friend bit the head off a fish.
She should have never been invited.
Well, your son is over 18, is he not? Your son is over 18, is he
Ma'am,
not?
she should have never had that party there.
That
That's what
may
I'm
be
requesting.
correct.
So I feel it's her responsibility because she allowed them to come into my home when I was out of town.
Was your son living there?
Ma'am, he was at Camp Pendleton.
He was there that weekend.
No,
when
he
you were...
was not.
He was there that evening.
He was not. He was in Camp Pendleton.
Just a second. Was her son
No, her
there?
son wasn't there.
Her son wasn't there?
No, he wasn't there.
So how did Kenny get to this party?
I invited him.
Then you pay.
Okay.
For the fish.
All right.
Then you pay for the fish. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought your son was at home.
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How much did this fish cost?
Well, it was a purchase. He had it for 4 years. It was purchased at $25. Here's the fish, and they go by the size.
No, that wasn't the fish.
Oh, that wasn't the fish.
It was a goldfish. It was a goldfish.
There was two of them that had died.
It was a goldfish that he ate.
How big a goldfish?
It was yay big.
A big goldfish.
And I offered her, when I went to retrieve my property, I offered her a koi fish from my dad's pond.
She's lying. She is lying.
Whatever. He bought the fish, you say, for $25. So right now she owes you $25. You have to return her property, madam.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem.
Good. And you owe her $25 for the fish.
Okay.
You got it?
All right.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Been out bickering and arguing.
She was American and he was Canadian. And when their borderline love affair came apart, she faced the long, lonely drive home.
He had supposed to fix the radiator. He didn't. My air conditioning wasn't working. I had 2 blowout tires.
It was
and
a terrible
emotionally,
experience.
it was a horrible
It was
thing.
a horror.
Sharp tongue, fearless attitude, and a personality bigger than the courtroom, this is Judge Judy. For decades, she has ruled daytime television and become one of the most recognizable judges in the world. But who is the woman behind the robe? Today, we'll dive deep into the life, career, and lifestyle of Judge Judy Sheindlin. Early life. Judith Susan Sheindlin, better known as Judge Judy, was born on October 21, 1942, in Brooklyn, New York. She grew up in a Jewish family, where her father was a dentist and her mother a homemaker. From an early age, Judy was known for being outspoken and confident. She often said her parents encouraged her to stand up for herself and speak her mind, qualities that shaped her future. As a young girl, Judy loved school and was known for her sharp wit. Unlike many children, she didn't dream of becoming an actress or singer. Instead, she wanted a career where her voice and intelligence mattered. That's how she decided to study law. Education and early career. Judy attended American University in Washington, D.C., where she earned her degree in government. She then studied law at New York Law School, graduating in 1965. Her first job was as a corporate lawyer for a cosmetics company. But Judy quickly realized this wasn't her passion. She didn't want to sit behind a desk reviewing contracts. She wanted to be in the courtroom, making real decisions that impacted people's lives. So, she shifted her career and became a prosecutor in New York City's family court. This is where Judy truly found her calling. She worked with tough cases involving domestic violence, juvenile crime, and family disputes. Her direct, no-nonsense approach quickly got her noticed. Becoming a judge. In 1982, Judy was appointed as a judge in New York's family court by Mayor Ed Koch. Her reputation grew fast. She was known as a tough but fair judge who demanded honesty and respect in her courtroom. By the early 1990s, Judy had gained national attention. She was featured in the Los Angeles Times and on 60 Minutes, where viewers were amazed by her sharp style and powerful presence. The Rise of Judge Judy show. In 1996, Judy Sheindlin was given her own TV show, Judge Judy. The format was simple, real small claims cases, a real judge, and her sharp personality. What made the show different was Judy herself. She wasn't afraid to scold, mock, or lecture people when they lied or wasted her time. The show became an instant hit. Millions of viewers tuned in daily, making Judge Judy one of the most popular daytime TV programs of all time. The show ran for 25 years, from 1996 to 2021, and Judy became the highest-paid TV personality, earning nearly $47 million per year at the peak of her career. She didn't just become a judge on TV, she became a cultural icon. Her catchphrases, like, "Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining," became legendary. Wealth and lifestyle. Judge Judy's success made her incredibly wealthy. She is worth over $400 million. With that money, she built a luxurious lifestyle. Judy owns several homes across the United States, including properties in Florida, Connecticut, Beverly Hills, and even a massive estate in Newport, Rhode Island. She is known for loving fine things, from expensive cars to elegant fashion. But at the same time, Judy values family and privacy more than fame. She often spends time with her 5 children and 13 grandchildren, enjoying family vacations and private gatherings. Despite her wealth, Judy says she doesn't